Birmingham's skyline is forever changing. And so is its streetscape. Bold artwork to celebrate the launch of Be Bold, Be Birmingham. Be Bold, Be Birmingham is Birmingham City Council's statement of intent to promote and propel Birmingham as a city and its people to the forefront. Waves of colour washing over the grey concrete expanses of the former industrial heartlands and wholesale markets of Smithfield. Rising like a tide up the brutal municipal architecture of the 60s and 70s. This car park roof, a canvas for graffiti artist Joshua Billingham, known as Gent 48.
I'd looked at the colours that were submitted as well. I thought they were quite playful. I wanted to sort of transfer that into my design. I think it was 10 designs in total. Some were more sort of traditional typography, some were a bit more graffiti, but this one was like a nice mix of the two. Thinking about the statement, Be Bold, Be Birmingham, I was trying to think like who would my intended audience be? Since we've got one of the youngest sort of populations, it made sense to sort of communicate to them, so that sort of helped with the keeping it playful. And when I was doing the design, I sort of did it on a layer on top of the photograph of the roof, just so I could work out how much of it I needed to fill. And after that, when it came to actually doing the painting, I used the car parking spaces. I used them as a bit of a grid, but then also added a few extra sort of doodle marks, layered the design over the top of all those different sort of markings, lowered the opacity, and that sort of showed me where certain elements of the piece would go from like the third parking spot in. So I sort of used that as a way of getting all the proportions right, because normally if I paint on a wall, I can step back and have a look and make sure that the proportions are right, but obviously when you're stood on a roof, I knew it was going to be challenging, but then I also thought, if I'm painting a statement telling other people to be bold, then I should sort of be bold myself. But it was a lot of paint. It's good. The surface made it a bit more difficult. I'm not too sure when the car park was built, but I know it's been here for a while, so I was watering down the paint as much as possible, just so I could get an even sort of spread. It took 8 days in total, so I had an assistant. It's good, we just got on with it. The weather was a bit challenging on some days, but towards the end it was nice and sunny, so I enjoyed it a lot. Just because it was totally new, I hadn't done it before, so it was nice to sort of be set a challenge and then figure it out. So it's nice. I felt a bit of achievement, which is good. It would be great to do some more Be Bold, Be Birmingham murals, especially if it can help to like sort of inspire other people. Because when I was younger, I would never have dreamed that I'd be making a living sort of painting on things. I didn't do so well at school, but it's something I was always passionate about, drawing and painting. So I've been doing street art and graffiti for probably about 20 years now. It's good if you stick at something and you're also passionate about it, then sometimes it can pay off for you. So I just love to paint. So when other people sort of enjoy it as well, it's like an added bonus.
More used to working on vertical surfaces at ground level, Joshua had to innovate, something that Brummies have been doing since the city's birth.
Oh, this is tremendous artwork, and the message as well, Be Bold, Be Birmingham, is very much about this city. I think this is really a city on the up, a city that's going places. We're attracting record levels of investment. HS2 arriving later this decade, and of course in less than 18 months time now we'll be hosting the biggest event this city's ever played host to, the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games. And we want people to be really bold about their city, so I think this is the ideal message. Be bold, be Birmingham, go out there and tell the world about your home city. We're a super diverse city, we're a young city, and of course if you look at our coat of arms, it has the blacksmith on one side representing industry and the artists on the other side representing arts and culture, and that's always been what Birmingham's been about. It's about taking from industry and investing in the arts, and we can see with what Joshua has done here with this fantastic artwork that tradition lives on, and it will live on well into the future. We will always be a city about industry and the arts. Smithfield is the largest mixed-use development site in Europe, so this is going to be a fantastic place in the future of the city centre of Birmingham, a place where people will come, a place where people will live, and a new home of course for the Birmingham retail markets. So everything to look forward to for the future, and we're taking this message around Birmingham and getting people to buy into the brand, as it were, and this is very much going to be a brand for this city that will live on beyond the Commonwealth Games. So I would expect to see Be Bold, Be Birmingham around every one of the four quarters of this city, and people taking to the message and hopefully talking up and being a little less reticent, as us Brummies are. We tend to not shout about the city or shout about ourselves, but I'm hoping through this message Brummies will start to talk more about Birmingham, take a greater pride in their city and their home.
In a city of change, nothing lasts forever, except perhaps its spirit, and Joshua's work will die along with the multi-storey car park, which is making way for the next chapter in Birmingham's long and colourful history. When the paints and brushes are put away, bulldozers and cranes will take their place. The bold transformation of Smithfield is at the heart of Be Bold, Be Birmingham.